And share computer sound. And if nobody has any questions, any other questions, I'm going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to turn this video off so it's not distracting. And here we go.
Click cell B9. Type $ PMT open parenthesis in the current cell. Excel displays a screen tip with the arguments for the function. Note that you are using a negative sign before the PMT function so that the formula will return a positive value.
Ooh.
Click cell B6.
P6.
This is the rate argument, specifying the monthly interest rate. Excel displays the cell address B6 in the formula. Type a comma after the rate argument.
Right, and it's just right down here, right? So it says rate first, and then NPR, and then PV, and it has a comma between each one, so that's just what she's telling you to do.
Next, you will enter the N per argument, specifying the number of monthly payments. Click cell B8.
24 months.
Type a comma after. Next, you will enter the PV argument, specifying the amount of the loan. Click cell B4. Click the Enter button on the formula bar. Excel calculates the monthly payments on a $1 million loan with a monthly interest rate of 0.4% and 24 payments over 2 years. Note that you did not specify values for the optional FV or type arguments.
Yeah, I'm not making $43,000 a month payment on anything, thank you. All right, apply. So remember, it's negative PMT, and then the rate, 4% or 0.4%, comma, the number of months, comma, the value of the loan, and you can just put close it, hit enter. Same thing, 43,871. Am I recording this? Yeah.
Click and drag to select range A4 through B15. At the bottom right of the selected range, click the Quick Analysis button. The Quick Analysis gallery opens with options for formatting, charts, totals, tables, and Sparklines. Click Charts. The Charts gallery appears with chart options appropriate for the data you have selected. In the gallery, click the Clustered Column option. Excel creates a clustered column chart based on the data in the selected cells.
Right. So if we want a chart for this stuff, you can also go and do Insert Chart, Recommended Charts, which is what that basically said there, Stacked Column, Clustered Column, whatever it is, Clustered Column. Click OK. That works too.
Position the mouse pointer over the chart border so that the pointer changes to a block arrow with a four-headed arrow. Excel drops the chart in its new location. The chart is selected.
We just moved. Okay, that was a good skill. Oh, just move the chart to somewhere where it's not in the way. Thank you.
Click the chart. The chart is selected. Position the mouse pointer over the chart's lower right corner until the pointer changes to a sizing handle, denoted by a double-headed diagonal arrow. Press and hold the left mouse button as you drag the chart corner down and to the right until the pointer is within cell D20. Excel resizes the chart, which now fills a larger area in the worksheet.
Another bonus skill. Oh, let's just make this chart bigger. Okay.
Click the chart. Excel activates the Chart Tools tabs on the ribbon, as well as the Chart Elements, Chart Styles, and Chart Filters buttons to the right of the chart. Click the Chart Elements button. The Chart Elements gallery appears, showing a list of available chart elements. Those elements currently displayed in the chart are checked. Click the Chart Title checkbox.
So the numbers inside the chart are the data labels, and then this is obviously the legend.
Excel inserts a chart title above the chart with the placeholder text Chart Title. You can modify the placeholder text if desired. Not all chart elements will contain placeholder text.
We're just going to call that chart title. Click the elements, add the title.
Put in some layouts.
Click the chart. Excel activates the Chart Tools tabs on the ribbon, as well as the Chart Elements, Chart Styles, and Chart Filters buttons to the right of the chart. Click the Chart Elements button. The Chart Elements gallery opens. The checkboxes for Chart Title, Data Labels, and Legend are all selected. In the Chart Elements gallery, click the Legend checkbox. When you deselect the Legend checkbox, Excel deletes the legend from the chart.
Okay, so just click it. You also have chart tools up here, right? Chart elements. We want to get rid of the legend. Makes the pie bigger.
Click the chart. Excel activates the Chart Tools tabs on the ribbon, as well as the Chart Elements, Chart Styles, and Chart Filters buttons to the right of the chart. Click the chart. The Chart Tools Design tab includes options for changing chart layouts, styles, data, type, and location. In the Chart Styles group, click the More button. The full Chart Styles gallery appears. In the gallery, click the Style 5 icon. Excel applies Style 5 to the chart.
That's a good way to quickly find something else that you might like with all these preset charts, right? It's all the same data, it just lays it out differently. Style 5, yeah. Just makes things prettier, if that's important.
Click the chart. Excel activates the Chart Tools tabs on the ribbon, as well as the Chart Elements, Chart Styles, and Chart Filters buttons to the right of the chart. Click the Chart Elements button.
I forgot the other people. Hold on. Nobody else? Okay. Can't forget those people. Click chart elements.
The Chart Elements gallery appears, showing a list of available chart elements. Those elements currently displayed in the chart are checked. Point to the Data Labels checkbox and then click the arrow.
Sorry. All right. Data labels. Here's the arrow.
A flyout menu appears with options for data label locations. Click Outside End. Excel inserts data labels to the right of each bar.
Which is handy when you're like, oh, this is somewhere around 70,000 or something, right? So by doing that, oops, labels, outside in, then you get to actually see what those values are. And you can put them like inside those bars. You can put them in all kinds of different places.
Click the chart. Excel activates the Chart Tools tabs on the ribbon, as well as the Chart Elements, Chart Styles, and Chart Filters buttons to the right of the chart. Click the Chart Elements button. Excel displays a list of the chart elements you can modify. Point to Legend until an arrow. The arrow indicates that a flyout menu is available. The Legend flyout menu opens with options for legend positions. The bottom position is currently selected. Click Right. Excel moves the legend from the bottom to the right side of the chart area.
Okay. Chart elements, legend position. What did it say? To the right. Easy.
Click the chart plot area.
So not the chart itself, but like the data.
Excel selects both the chart and the chart plot area. Right-click the chart plot area.
Can't really see those numbers very well.
The shortcut menu and mini toolbar open. On the shortcut menu, click Format Plot Area. The Format Plot Area task pane opens. The Fill and Line button is active. The Fill and Border sections are collapsed. Click the Fill. In the Fill section, click the Solid Fill. Excel fills the plot area with the default blue Accent 1 fill color. You want to change the fill color to light gray so that the columns are more visible. The fill color palette appears. In the Theme Colors section, click the Excel changes the fill color of the chart plot area as specified.
Good to know. Right-click, Format Plot Area, Fill, give it a solid fill, change the color to whatever you want. In this case, it was gray, but if you're doing it on your own, any color you want.
Click the chart. Excel activates the Chart Tools tabs on the ribbon, as well as the Chart Elements, Chart Styles, and Chart Filters buttons to the right of the chart. Click the Chart Elements button. The Chart Elements gallery opens. Point to Legend. The Legend flyout menu opens. On the Legend flyout menu, the Format Legend task pane opens. In the Format Legend task pane, click the Fill and Line button. The Fill and Border section headings appear. The border options appear in the task pane. You can choose solid or gradient lines, line color, transparency, width, and more. Excel applies a solid black border around the legend. Click Close to close the task pane. Click on cell B3. The chart border is now visible.
Okay. Chart, legend, more options. This is the fill in line. We're going to give it a border, and we're going to give it a solid border. Then we're going to close it, and you can click anywhere. You don't have to click there. That was a little.
Click the chart legend. The chart and the chart legend are selected. Right-click the chart legend.
So it's just like the same thing we did with the plot area from the bar chart.
The Shortcut menu and Mini Toolbar open. On the Shortcut menu, the Format Legend task pane opens with available legend options. In the task pane, click the Effects button. The Effects options appear in the task pane. Click the Shadow arrow. The Shadow section expands to display shadow options. To the right of the Presets heading, click the Shadow Presets arrow. A menu of preset shadow options opens. On the menu, in the outer section, click the Offset. Excel adds an offset bottom shadow to the chart legend. In the task pane, Excel closes the pane and displays the new formatting for the chart.
Okay, so we're adding a shadow to the legend. Format legend, go to shadow, click the preset shadow, and then you might have to hover over them, but we know we want this one. Close.
Click the chart. Excel activates the Chart Tools tabs on the ribbon, as well as the Chart Elements, Chart Styles, and Chart Filters buttons to the right of the chart. Click the Chart Elements button. The Chart Elements gallery appears, showing a list of available chart elements. Those elements currently displayed in the chart are checked. Point to Data Labels and click the arrow that a flyout menu appears with options for data label locations. Click the Format Data Labels task pane opens. The Label Options tab and button are active, and the Label Options section is expanded. In the task pane, in the Label Contains section, click the percentage checkbox to select it. Excel adds percentage values to the data labels. You want to show the percentages only, not their numerical values. Excel removes the numerical values from the data labels. In the Label Position section, click the Inside End option button to select it. Excel moves the data labels to the inside end position. In the task pane closes.
Okay. Chart elements, legends, more options for the legends. Oh no, data labels it wanted us to do, right? Data labels, more options. So data labels are the stuff on the inside, legends on the bottom, chart title on the top, right? We don't want value. Ugh. Okay, we'll do percentage first, then take value off, then change it to inside end. And that's it, right? Yep.
Click the chart. Excel activates the Chart Tools tabs on the ribbon, as well as the Chart Elements, Chart Styles, and Chart Filters buttons to the right of the chart. Click the Chart Elements button. The Chart Elements gallery appears, showing a list of available chart elements. Those elements currently displayed in the chart are checked. Point to Data Labels and then click the arrow that appears. A flyout menu appears with options for data label locations. The Format Data Labels task pane opens with the Label Options tab and button active. In the task pane, click the Label Options arrow. The Label Options section collapses. Click the category arrow. Excel displays a list of available number formats. Click Currency. Excel applies the currency format to the data labels. In the decimal text box, replace the existing text by typing 0 in the text box. Excel removes the decimal places. In the task pane closes.
Makes it easier to read without the decimals, right? Chart, data labels, more options. You don't really have to close it. I mean, you could just scroll down if you wanted to. Change it to currency and 0 decimals. So now there's no decimal places. Close it.
Position the mouse pointer over cell A3. Press and hold. This is the range you will use for your chart. Click the Insert tab on the ribbon. In the Charts group, click the Recommended Charts button.
Exactly what we talked about before.
The Insert Chart dialog box opens with the Recommended Charts tab active. The left pane displays recommended chart options. In the left pane, click the Clustered Column option. Excel displays a preview of the clustered column chart in the right pane. Click OK. Excel inserts a clustered column chart in the worksheet.
Right. I tend to always do it this way because I think there's like more options to see. Remember, you can also click this one and see all the other charts if you need a histogram or something else. For this case, though, it just wants us to do that. And that was it. Then, of course, you can move it around, and then you can do all the modification to all the data labels and the legend and all that.
Click the chart. Excel activates the Chart Tools tabs on the ribbon, as well as the Chart Elements, Chart Styles, and Chart Filters buttons to the right of the chart. Click the Chart Tool. In the Location group, click the Move Chart button. The Move Chart dialog box opens. The Object In option button is selected. You will move the chart as a chart object to a different worksheet. Excel displays a list of worksheets in the active workbook. You will specify where you want to move the chart. Excel will move the chart as an object into the Category Sales worksheet. Click OK. Excel moves the chart and displays the Category Sales worksheet.
That's one way to do it. Click Chart, Design, Move Chart, Category Sales. I wonder if you could just do cut. Oh, it won't let us do it because it wants us to do it that way, but you could just copy and paste it or cut and paste it into the other one if you wanted to. Category Sales, okay.
In the chart, click the Chart Title placeholder.
They should give you more freedom to do stuff like that instead of requiring it to be a certain way so that you can learn all the different ways to do it.
You will enter a more descriptive chart title. Type 2020 Sales in the Chart Title placeholder. As you type, the text appears in the formula bar, but the placeholder text in the chart title does not yet change. Click cell A11. Excel inserts the new text in the chart title.
All right, usually you can just double click in here, whatever, until that's highlighted, and then if you can actually see what you're doing and you don't have to worry so much about it.
Click the chart title to select it. You can use the buttons in the font group to format the chart title. In the font group, click the font size arrow. A list of font sizes appears. Click. Excel changes the font size of the chart title to 14 points.
So click the title. You can right click. Can you do that here? Font. That's probably going to be a lot harder. But it works. There's always more than one way to do something.
Click and drag to select range A3. Click the Insert tab on the ribbon. In the Charts group, click the Insert Column or Bar Chart button. A gallery of 2D and 3D column and bar charts appears. In the gallery, in the 2D column section, click the Stacked Column Chart type. The second, Excel inserts a stacked column chart in the worksheet based on the range A3 through D6.
All right, so select all this, click Insert, Bar Chart, Stacked Column. Just FYI for all you Tallahassee people, those are UF colors, not FSU colors, so sorry about that. Practice.
Click and drag to select range A3 through E6. You will chart wages and salaries for the different employee categories over time. In the Charts group, click the Insert
Line.
The line chart gallery appears. In the
2D line.
Excel inserts a line chart in the worksheet that graphs the selected data.
Not the best way to represent that data, but we'll do what it tells us. Select it all. E6, right? Yeah. Insert, line, 2D line. That simple.
Click the vertical axis on the chart. Excel selects both the chart and the chart axis. Right-click the vertical axis. The shortcut menu and mini toolbar open. On the shortcut menu, click Format Axis. The Format Axis task pane opens with axis options displayed. In the Bounds section of the task pane, click and drag to select the current value in the minimum text box, type 25,000, and press Enter. You will modify the minimum bounds value to eliminate the extra space at the bottom of the chart. Click and drag to select the current value in the maximum text box and type 70,000 and press Enter. Excel modifies the chart axis as specified, changing the bounds as well as the corresponding chart units. There is less empty space in the chart, and the chart data is easier to read.
Click this. Yeah, okay. Click that first. Right click. Remember, you can find almost everything you need a lot of times if you just right click on something. So you see we're just going to get rid of this space on the bottom by changing it to 25,000. and then this space above, change it to 70,000, and then just fills up the area.
Click the vertical axis. Excel selects both the chart and the chart axis. Right-click. The shortcut menu and mini toolbar open. On the Format Axis task pane opens with axis options displayed. In the Units section of the task pane, select the value in the major text box, type 10,000, and press Enter. Values on the vertical axis currently appear in increments of 5,000. You want to make the major unit value larger, so there are fewer major breaks along the axis. Select the value in the minor text box, type 5,000, and press Enter.
Oops, 50,000.
Excel modifies the chart axis as specified. There are now fewer grid lines in the chart and fewer labels and tick marks along the axis.
And it makes it a little bit harder to tell what this value is here, right? When you do that. Oops. Format access. So we're changing the major units to 10,000. So now you're like, well, I don't really know what this is because it's like goes off the chart, right? Probably not the best thing to do. But that's what it wants us to do. That's what we'll do.
Click the chart. The Chart Tools tabs appear on the ribbon, and the Chart Elements, Chart Styles, and Chart Filters buttons appear to the right of the chart. The Chart Elements gallery appears, showing a list of available chart elements. Those elements currently displayed in the chart are checked. Click the Grid Lines checkbox to select it. By default, Excel adds primary major horizontal grid lines to the chart. Additional grid line options are available on the Grid Lines flyout menu.
Okie dokie. Elements, grid lines. And that just draws the lines from the values that are already there.
Click and drag to select range B3. You want to graph both the sales and tenure data for each franchise. A combination chart makes sense here. In the Charts group, the Insert Chart dialog box opens. You can choose chart options from the Recommended Charts tab, or click the All Charts tab to see additional options. A list of all chart types appears in the left of the dialog box, with previews of chart subtypes at right. In the list of chart types, click Combo.
So in this case, you're going to have something like a bar chart for the sales and then a line chart for the years.
Excel displays combo chart options in the right pane. The cluster column line combo chart is currently selected. You will accept this chart type, but make a modification. In the Choose the Chart Type and Axis for your data series box, for the tenure data series, click the Secondary Axis checkbox to select it.
So what that'll do is that will have like the label over here for sales, and then on this side, it'll have the values for years.
The tenure values are much lower than the sales values. If plotted on the same axis, the tenure values will not be readable. Using a secondary axis scaled to fit values in the tenure data series will make the chart more readable. Click. Excel inserts the combo chart in the worksheet.
Cool. That's a good one to know. So 2 different types of data. Insert. You can just, is it up here? No. You'd have to click this button. All charts. Combo charts. And don't forget to click your secondary access. And click OK.
Click the chart. Excel activates the Chart Tools tabs on the ribbon as well as the Chart Elements, Chart Styles, and Chart Filters buttons to the right of the chart. The Chart Elements gallery lists available chart elements. Those elements currently displayed in the chart are checked. Click the Axis Titles checkbox. A check mark appears in the box. Excel adds Axis Title text boxes containing placeholder text to the primary vertical and horizontal axes. The vertical Axis Title text box is selected. Type $$ in the vertical Axis Title text box. The text appears in the formula bar. The text will appear in the vertical Axis Title text box once the text box is deselected. Click the horizontal. The title $$ now appears in the vertical Axis Title text box. You will now add a title to the horizontal axis. Type Food Category in the text box. Click Cell. Excel completes the Axis Title entry and deselects the chart.
So Axis titles are good, right? Especially if, if it's like in this case, different currency from a different country or something, or let's say it was just 50,000, but you really meant, in millions or something like that, then that's a good reason to use Axis titles. Remember, you can also double click in here, and that way you can see what you're typing. And that's it.
Click the chart. The Chart Tools tabs appear on the ribbon. Excel highlights the chart data source in the worksheet. In the Data group, click the Select Data button. The Select Data Source dialog box opens. The current chart data source is selected in the Chart Data Range text box. The chart data series are listed in the Legend Entries Series box. In the Legend Entries Series box, click the Licensing Fees entry. The Licensing Fees data series is selected. Click Remove. Excel removes the data series from the Legend Entries Series box and modifies the range in the Chart Data Range text box. Click OK. Excel removes the data series from the chart. Note that Excel also modifies the data source in the worksheet to exclude the data series.
Right. So, obviously that could be the reason you want to do that is because it's missing here. So you're not getting, equal graphs going across there, right? Of course, if that was the case originally, you probably would have just highlighted the top stuff and not have worried about the last row. What are we doing? Select data, licensing fee, remove. Okay.
Click the chart. The chart is selected. Range A9 through D11 is highlighted in the worksheet as the chart data source. By default, Excel has added the generic labels 1, 2, and 3 to the horizontal axis. Click the chart. In the Data group, click The Select Data Source dialog box opens. The current horizontal axis label values are selected in the Horizontal Category Axis Labels box. You want to edit these labels to display the year values to which the data corresponds. The Axis Labels dialog box opens. You will use the mouse to enter a new range in the Axis Label Range text box. In the worksheet, Excel inserts the range in the text box. The Axis Labels dialog box closes. Excel updates the horizontal axis labels in the Horizontal Category Axis Labels box and in the chart itself to correspond to the values in the range you just specified. The Select Data Source dialog box closes. The expanded chart data source is highlighted in the worksheet.
Good. Click the chart, click Design, select Data, Edit Data, change your range, click OK, and click OK.
Click and drag to select range. You want to chart the distribution of tenure values for store owners. You will use a histogram chart to do this. Click
Insert
in the Charts group.
histograms.
The Statistic Chart Gallery opens. In the histogram, Excel inserts a histogram chart in the worksheet. The number of bins and the range of values in each are determined automatically by Excel. You can modify these later if desired.
Okay, so tenures. Insert a chart. Histograms right there, but remember you could go here, find what you want, which is down here, go up there, go to histogram, whatever works for you.
In the histogram chart, double-click a value on the horizontal axis. The Format Axis task pane opens at the right of the Excel window. The Axis Options tab is active. In the task pane, the Axis Options section names appear. Click the Axis. In the Bins section, click the width of each bin is currently 4.6 points. You want each bin to represent 3 data points, starting with 1 to 3 years, 4 to 6 years, and so on. Replace the existing text in the bin width text box by typing 3.0 in the Excel reconfigures the chart so that each bin now spans 3 data points. Excel adds an additional bin to the chart to account for the new bin size. In the task pane, click the Close button. The task pane closes.
Right, so we're moving from whatever it is, 4.6 to each one, right? So there's right now 10 tenures that are between 1 and 6. There's 5 between 6 and 10, and 1 between 10 and 15. It said to double click, but you can also right click and click Format Axis. Go over here, change Axis Options, change the bin width to 3.0. And now there's 8 that are 1 through 4, 4 that are 4 through 7, that kind of thing. And that's it.
Click cell E5.
Oh,
You will place the Sparkline in this location. Click the Insert. In the Sparklines group, click the Line button. The Create Sparklines dialog box opens. The Location Range text box contains the value $E $5 because cell E5 was selected when you clicked the Line button. You need to select a data range for the Sparkline. In the worksheet, click and drag to select cells B5 through D5. Release the mouse. A flashing border indicates that the range B5 through D5 is selected, and the range appears in the Data Range text box. In the Create Sparklines dialog box, click OK. Excel inserts a line type Sparkline into cell E5, and the Sparkline Tools Design tab appears on the ribbon. The Sparkline indicates an upward trend in the data from 2020 to 2022.
Right, so that's just a trend line, right? So obviously we made more the second year, when we made considerably more the third year. Down here would be the same thing, right? Click in here, insert, see it says Sparklines right there, click line, whoops, drag your data, let go, click OK. Trend line, Sparkline. Steady, steady up, steady, steady up.
Click cell E5. When you select the cell containing the Sparkline, Excel activates the Sparkline Tools Design tab on the ribbon. You will modify the style of the Sparkline in this cell. Click the Sparkline. In the Excel displays a gallery of Sparkline styles. Click Sparkline Style Accent 1. Excel modifies the Sparkline style. The new style is now listed first in the gallery, and the gallery closes.
So this stuff here is for data people. These things like the charts and stuff are for people that are more visual. So if you're trying to explain to your boss or something, right? Let's see, design, you can highlight them all, click the one you want, and that's it.
Click and drag to select range. In the Styles group on the Home tab, click the Conditional Formatting button. The Conditional Formatting menu opens. The Data Bars gallery appears. In the Data Bars gallery, in the gray, Excel inserts data bars into cells in the range. The bars vary in length according to cell value. The larger the cell value, the longer the data bar.
So this is just taking into account that it's going to start at 0, and then it finds whichever one is the highest, so 98. So that'll look like the full amount, right? The bar goes all the way to the end, and then it just spaces them out accordingly. Again, just another visual tool. Data bars, we're doing green. Conditional formatting is also where you would get red, green, yellow. So like if you're meeting your goals, it would be green. If you're not meeting your goals, it could be red, and then yellow means you're halfway there or something.
Click and drag to select range B5 through B6. You want to change the maximum value for the data bars in this range. In the Styles group, click the Conditional Formatting button.
So instead of 98,000,
the Conditional Formatting menu opens. The Data Bars gallery appears. You can change the data bar formats using different gradients and colors, or you can customize data bar display by clicking More Rules. The New Formatting Rule dialog box opens. The maximum value is currently automatic, meaning that Excel determines the maximum value of data bars for you. In the you will set a new maximum value. On the menu, you will specify a number as the maximum value. Select the current value in the Value text box. Click OK.
So now all of these, right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them, should be all full.
Excel adjusts the data bars to completely fill every cell with a value of 75,000 or above.
Don't like that at all, though. Not a good way to display that data. Conditional formatting, data bars. This is what I was talking about here, where you do green, yellow, red, stuff like that. More rules. Instead of automatic, change it to a number. Change it to 75,000. Done. Project done, or whatever, training done. Anybody have questions on the training that we just did? We're going to do the project. So if you guys are following along, make sure you do the same stuff. Download your instruction file, download your Excel file. Instructions. I'm going to move my instructions to my other monitor so that I can see better, or you guys can see better when I open up this full screen. Michael's here. Make sure I mark Michael as being here. Just doing some housekeeping stuff. All right. So now, right, first thing you always do, save it. Hit number 2 at the end. And we'll start with number 1. Casey, switch to average. Select A4 to B 240. What? 243. And it wants us to insert a histogram. Is the histogram right here? I think so. Yep. Insert, create a histogram. Use the name box to select range. Modify the chart. Okay, histogram, move this where we can see it. Resize and reposition the chart so the upper left corner is located in cell D4. Here to K, and we're already there, K18, basically. Okay. Enter average weekly usage in hours in 2024 as the title, so you can just remember, click on this. Average usage in hours, and make sure you do capitalization the same way, punctuation the same way if there is any, and watch out for your spelling. And then we want to modify the bins, right? Format over here. Oh. Modify the bins, the bin width. This isn't my way. Oops. All right, get off. Stop. I forgot where bin width was. Where is it? Come on, anybody paying attention? Where was bin width at? Select data. No. See, that's why it's like easier to do it when you're following along with the training. I thought it was in here. Format. It's gap width. Oh, that's ridiculous. All right, come on. Oops. 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 Okay. Guess we'll just be here. We'll just hang out for a while. Oh, not click up here. Click down here. So don't click on the, I was clicking on the actual chart. You need to click on the axis. There's bin width. Yeah, well, change it to 10. 10. Okay, now we're on to number 2. One second. Okay. Switch to annual income. Income. Column Sparklines to H5 to H10 based on the data in the range B through G, then apply green accent. Okay. Insert Sparklines. Data range. Can we just drag this down? Yes, yes, yes. They all look different. And then we need to change the style to green accent 6, darker 25%. Green accent 6, darker 25%. And do this again. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, I think we should be good there. Number 3, apply solid fill, green data bar, conditional formatting rule to the range I5 to I10. I5 to I10, conditional formatting, data bars, solid fill, green data bar. Gradient fill, solid fill. Select range A5 to B9 and create a 2D pie chart. A5 to B9. Insert pie chart, 2D pie chart. K1 to Q13. K1 to Q13. New title. $19 total annual income by package. Apply style 6 to the chart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That looks the same. Q 13. Yeah, that should be fine. 3D pie chart. The data label should display the outside end. Data labels. And then outside end. Only display the percentage. Percentage not value. One decimal. Percentage. And my data labels. Oh, number. Percentage. One decimal. All right, so we unchecked value, we checked percentage, so that gave us that. Then under the number section, we changed the category to percentage and changed it to one decimal. So now it's 15.9, 36.7, etc. So that takes care of number 6. Oh, I missed number 5 apparently. So move the chart to K14 to Q, what does it say? Q28, 27, 28. Is that 28? Yeah. All right. Change that to 28, and then also I wanted to move this legend to bottom. Position the chart legend to the bottom. So that takes care of 5 and 6. So now we're on 7. Line chart we're dealing with. A11 to chain 26. And then we need to change select data because we want it to have these dates up here. So edit. What does it say? B4 to G4. B4 to G4. So it changed to the years. So that's good. Minimum bounds. So now we're changing this access. So we want the minimum to be up to 150. Get rid of this white space. Minimum 15000. And then update the line chart by adding primary, major, horizontal grid lines. So grid lines. Primary, major, horizontal. And primary, major, vertical. Primary, major, vertical. So now we're on 10. All right. Format the line chart, apply solid fill color to the chart area. Fill, fill, solid fill. Going down to look at the finished product. Yeah, just to the outside. Okay, so just to the outside, but not that color. Wants blue accent 5, lighter 80. Blue accent 1, accent 5, lighter 80. Blue accent 5, lighter 80. All right, that matches that. Apply Arial font and blue accent 5 font color to the chart title. You can change this to Arial. Font to color to blue. This one. Blue accent 5. Good. Good, good, good. All right, now we're on 11. Case screen stack column chart. Update Pat. This one. Package contribution. A7 and J44. Remove the data series labeled total from the chart. So select data. Total. Remove total. And then it got rid of it there. Do not filter out or hide the data. Okay. Basically what it meant is don't just uncheck it, right? It actually wanted you to get rid of it. And see now it's not selected up here. Okay, stack column chart, format the chart, legend as described below. Let's see. Legend. I already have this out. Yeah. Apply shape fill using white background. Order. Well, it says solid line, blue, accent 1, border color. So that's fine. This one is white background 1. Is that. And then pattern. I don't know which one is sheep. Uh, Gradient, solid. I don't know. Type linear. That's all gradient. So that's going to, why does it have me do stuff that I really don't know what we're talking about? Over here, shadow. I'll shop, maybe soft edges. Nope, it's none of this stuff. Guess I have to look that one up too. That's what happens when the thing is not current. Legend sheep. Interesting. Bill. Format legend. Well, I don't know the answer to that one. Apply a shape fill using the white background. I don't know what that is. We'll go with this for now and see what happens. Maybe this is what that means. I don't know. Okay. Oh, and then apply the shadow. We didn't do that one. All right. This one, shadow from the outer section using offset diagonal bottom right. Outer offset diagonal bottom right. Good. All right. Well, we'll probably end up getting that one wrong, but for loan application case, A4 to G10, A4 to G10, create a custom combination combo chart. insert charts, all charts, combo, clustered, stacked, custom combination based on the following. Represent the following data series as clustered column chart, clustered column, open desk regular, dedicated desk, dedicated office. Change that to cluster column and meeting room cluster column. Represent total as a line and use the secondary access for total. So we got that. Should look like this. Move the combo chart to income overview worksheet. So that one's good. Then remember, you go up to move chart, change it to income overview. Upper left corner is located in A4. And the bottom is in K23. Title, package, total annual income. Packaging total annual income. Access titles. Package income and total income. Package income. Total income. Package income, total income. Delete the horizontal access title placeholder. Delete. Now number 14 says switch to loan options. In cell B12, we're using the payment function, which remember is minus PMT. B8, B10, and B5. So B8 is the interest rate. B10 is the number of payments. And B5 is the loan amount. And then it says, well, I was not in B, I was in C, but you can just move this over here. And again, you could drag this one over there. So that's B, that's C, and that's D. C12 and D12. And I think that's it. Save. All right, let's go back and look at it. So we started with this one. And we just changed this, average weekly usage in hours. I'm just looking at the instructions down at the bottom and see if our stuff matches that. If I see anything noticeable. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's good. And then the next one over here. We got this chart, legend over here, title, no values. This title, percentage, legend on the bottom. It's a line chart, nothing in the middle but grid lines. dates at the bottom. This is a different color. That's the only thing I can't tell is this, but I'm gonna go with that just being the way that it is. Income. Oh, do we do something else? Yeah, here. Title, package and total income, package income, dates, legend on the bottom. That all looks good. And then over here, oh, we missed something over here. Did I miss a step? Because I think this is supposed to be not a minus. That gives us a negative value. So we want not the -1 in here, because if you look at the instructions, it shows that they should have been in red. And I didn't really read it, so did it tell us to do that? Switch loan on short sheet, create a formula using the payment functions to calculate. Well, it doesn't really say. So anyway, but according to the way it's supposed to look, this is what it's supposed to look like, right? If you look over here, those look the same. 43, 677, 31, yada, yada, yada. Good. Title looks the same, that looks the same, everything else looks the same. I am going to say that we submit it and see what happens. Upload. Documents. Excel 4, number 2. Submit. View report. See what we get. We missed one. Didn't like my Sparklines. Switch to annual income. Insert column Sparklines in age 5 to age 10. Based on the data range B5 to G10. B5 to G10. Which is down there. So what if we just delete those? No, not that kind of delete. Just delete. Okay. Insert. Oh, it's already in there. Sparklines. E5. Yeah, I didn't like that, right? There. So if I do Sparkline, this, I find it hard to believe that I would need to do it separately. But we'll see if that is the case. They looked all right to me. And I guess our shape fill thing worked out. It didn't mark us off for that. Insert line. Then gotta change the color again to, what was it? X, green accent 6, 25% darker. This one, yep. Try it again. Didn't miss anything else, right? Nope, just that one. And we will submit it again. Saved it. Go back in. Project 1. Start load. See if I messed up something else by screwing around with it. Well, it still doesn't like that. In the annual income worksheet, the range H5 to H10 should contain column sparklines. Is that not what we did? Where's the instructions at? Did I close them already? I did line, not column. That must be what the problem is. Column sparklines, not lines, but column sparklines. Got it. Last chance. Let's see what we get. That's why you have 3 tries. Homework. Of course, most people would just be happy with 97%, but hey, if you can get 100, why not try? Upload. Upload. Your report. There we go. That's it. Question time. Any questions?
No, sir. That's good.
Edgar, when you did the last project, Excel Project 3, remember there was that one thing that we were missing?
Yeah, I remember. I didn't do it either. When I actually typed it in, the same exact thing happened to me. So I was wondering, did you end up like figuring it out or no?
No, I didn't figure that one out either. I'm gonna have to look that one up and see what's wrong with that one.
Yeah, I tried everything. I Googled it. I asked other people. They tried the same thing, and we all got the same exact.
Yeah, there must got to be something wrong with that one. I don't know. Let me change Regina as being here. All right, that's all I have. If anybody needs any help with any of their other work, here. If you want to ask me questions, if you want to go over something, if you need me to change any of your tries or whatever, your attempts, let me know. If not, you guys can go, because that's all I was going to show today.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
That should be it. If anything, I'll email you or write or something, and
Okay.
I can knock out that
Yeah.
test again.
Yeah. Just let me know about the exam if you still have problems with it.
All right, we'll do, sir.
All right. Sharice, you have any questions or any issues?
Oh, no, sir. Thank
Okay.
you.
All right. See ya.
All right.